What's up, schmucks? So I'm currently working on a proper Five Nights at Freddy's movie review because good gravy do I have some thoughts. But when I went and saw the movie on opening night, I had so many thoughts coming right out the theater that I threw my phone up onto the dash and I started recording. My original intention was that it would be used for a TikTok, but then it went on much longer than any TikTok should. But yeah, that's basically what this is. My plan at first was to include this as part of my review, but the review has become a much more structured piece than would allow for something like this. So I figured I would just release the audio as its own thing ahead of the proper review. That is all. Enjoy the whining of two grown men, and I hope you have a wonderful day. What's up, schmucks? I don't make TikToks, but like, we just saw FNAF, the FNAF movie, and we gotta talk about this. Not the movie was fucking terrible, but we gotta talk about the theater experience. This is gonna be like a PSA for people that go to the movie theater. Joey, the fuck did we just endure?
I really hope this isn't like a one-off thing on like the opening day, and I hope we could actually save people. Do not, under any circumstances, go into that theater if you see any large group of children under the age of 17 going in. Because, or if you see anyone with a purple shirt, if you see anyone with FNAF
There's a guy dressed like a security guard.
Yeah. Because, oh my god, the movie will just be immediately ruined. There was no tense moments. There was no moments where you got any sense of
plot, character motivations.
It was literally just like, here is a moving image of what you remember from the video game, but not computer generated. It's literally 100% of, and literally any child that saw that on the screen would scream at the top of their lungs.
And that's the thing, it's like, if you saw like No Way Home, right? No Way Home with like Andrew Garfield, Tobey Maguire, you know, you yell, you shout. I get that. It's like an exciting thing to see these people come back. That's hype, right? This movie, it was like, there's a part in the movie where one of the people is like, yo, the killer, the guy that killed all these kids, who was it? And someone goes, his name's William Afton. And the crowd went fucking insane. Which to me is like, why? You knew that. If you're here because you know this product, this brand, you know that. That's not a surprise.
Yeah, and also, if you're going into this movie not knowing Five Nights at Freddy's, and they just say William Afton, that means nothing to you.
Exactly.
Whatsoever.
And there's also there's a beat, and she's like, William Afton, and there's a pause. And the pause is for everyone to go, because everyone's five.
Matthew Lillard, everyone knew he was going to be William Afton. It's like literally 100% well known.
I think when he was cast, they said he was William Afton.
But then they say he's Steve Raglan. So even if you're going into this movie not knowing any Five Nights at Freddy's stuff, them saying William Afton and showing a golden bunny literally means nothing to you whatsoever.
I didn't even consider the like outside the know.
And if you know it, then what is this movie for? The big twist is literally taking exactly from the video game. There's nothing new about this. It's literally just Five Nights at Freddy's, like, little mini games put into live action.
It's also just like I remember leading up to this, like, people were excited, like, oh my god, the director said it's for the fans, and there's lore. There's no lore. All the lore in this movie is just things you know, things you've seen. It's like, here's a kid, and he has a hook for a hand. Which one do you think that is? Oh my god, it's fucking Foxy.
Yeah. Oh, this one's wearing blue. This one has bunny ears.
I wonder which one that is.
Yeah, it's like, and then they hit you with the kids have been in the suits the whole time, which if you've played the game, you obviously know that.
Yeah, everyone knows that.
But if you're coming from another outsider perspective, these suits look basically brand new. Yeah. There's no hint or foreshadowing whatsoever that these kids were put into the suits. The only thing you ever get is you see Max's head, which is a character that died. The only good part of the movie.
One kill.
Literally a singular kill shown in the movie that was good. In a horror franchise which the story's all about brutally murdering children, there is one kill.
And it's not a kid, it's like a 20-year-old.
Yeah. And then it's never addressed or brought up again. I don't know.
It's such an interesting movie, because when the movie was over and people started leaving and there were still people in the theater with us, all of them, the people who were screaming and shouting, whatever, were like, wow, that was so good, that was really good. And it just like,
What experience did you have that I didn't? Like, I know I'm not, like, a huge Five Nights at Freddy's fan, but I've watched and I've played, like, 3 of the games, and I've watched people play the other games, basically. Like, I know the lore, I could tell you the story, and I knew everything that they were cheering and yelling at, but there's no point in my life where I would ever, like, want to do that. Even, I get crowd mentality, but also, like, why?
Well, that's the thing that I'm really hung up on, is there's nothing worth cheering for. It's just, if, like you said, if you know anything about the games, no surprise. If you don't know anything about the games, nothing in it is treated like it matters to the point where you would care. I don't see why anyone was cheering, is my problem.
If you come in not knowing anything, literally the only twist, which... there's no reason for us to say spoiler warning if you know anything about Five Nights at Freddy's.
And even if you don't, like, nothing happens.
Yeah.
It's not an interesting movie.
Even if you don't know anything, literally this guy that it gives him the job literally just turns up later with a different name. Like, there's no explanation. There's no cover story basically saying, like, oh, this is why he's going by Steve Raglan instead of William Afton.
You also never get, like, a feel for what he did. I know what he killed kids, and that's bad, but you never get a feeling for it. You never really feel the gravity of, like, he killed kids.
Like, what?
That never means anything.
Like, the whole plot point in the entire whole running thing, the big mystery is finding out how Josh Hutcherson's, is that his name?
Yeah.
How Josh Hutcherson's little brother basically got kidnapped and killed. But literally, all you see is just him getting drove away. There's literally that child could still be alive.
Yeah.
And, like, you wouldn't know whatsoever. It makes zero sense whatsoever.
Also, if William Afton is killing these children and putting them in the robots and they possess the robots, which one is the brother? Like, did he just not put him in a robot?
Is he just killing kids, like, on the side, too? It's just some of them get the robot treatment? He's like, this one's... Alright, I'm not gonna say.
Another thing is, like, I'm not a huge FNAF fan, but I like watching people, like, break down the lore or whatever, but that lore in itself is interesting. You know, the story of this guy whose child dies, and he just dedicates his life to, I'm going to figure out how to bring him back, I'm going to crack immortality, and through that he does bad things. That's cool. Like, on paper, that's a crazy idea. Make that movie. Not this fucking...
I understand why people would want to just see, like, a direct one-to-one translation.
But it wasn't even that.
But it's not. Like, it's literally
totally
just...
different.
It's just a bad movie that has all its plot points stripped, and then the ones that you already know inserted into it.
It blows my mind that Scott Cawthon is, like, he was a producer, allegedly he had a hand in the script, because the whole thing just feels like surface level bad fan service. I don't know, he's always kind of felt better than that. Like, he puts little things there. I do think a lot of it is, like, this fox has 2 fingers. And then Matt Pat goes...
Which I was very sadly in the bathroom when Matt Pat came on screen. But
He did come on screen.
Yeah, whoa. I could only imagine, after seeing the reaction...
to the name William Afton?
To the name William Afton and whoever that other guy everyone cheered for.
I don't know who that was.
Exactly. Like, we're out of touch a little bit. But
even if I wasn't, though, like,
I know who Matt Pat is.
I like Matt Pat. I saw Matt Pat and I was like, oh, cool, it's Matt Pat. And the woman in, like, 2 seats over from me screamed like she was being murdered. Like, it's not. It's I know this sounds like we're vibe killers, like we hate fun, but imagine for a moment that you like movies and you want to take your friend to see a movie, and so you sit down to watch a movie in a quiet theater. Like, I want to have a fun time at the theater.
Yeah.
I want to eat my popcorn, drink my drink, and everyone around you is screaming like a fucking lunatic. What the hell? I hate that. I really do. Shut up.
There's a reason why you're supposed to silence your cell phones. There's a reason why it says be courteous to others.
Yeah.
There's a reason why they dimmed the lights. Like, those are three very obvious things. I get if you want to have, like, if you want to, like, comment and everything on the movie, stay at home. It's on streaming right now. Get a group of friends, literally get a free trial, and just watch it at home. And you guys can all talk about,
pirate
that's
it.
awesome.
Pirate it. It released in HD.
I won't say that.
There's a great rip out there, I'm sure. Pirate it. Go for it. I don't care.
Like, if you are at a party and you just want to watch this with your friends, go ahead. But if you are going to the theater, please, for the love of God, realize that there are other people, especially parents taking their children to see this movie. No amount of alcohol in their system will prepare them for what they are going to have to go through, and they will never see their child the same. The love in their hearts for their child, as unconditional as it may be, will be tainted
to some extent. People were more courteous during Avengers Endgame. Yeah, I think there's a difference of fan base there. Like, the FNAF fan base is definitely younger, but that really concerns me because there was a lot of young people in there. Do they just think that's how you behave in a theater?
Yeah.
And I know that makes you sound like a boomer, but I'm talking as someone who loves the theater experience. Fuck off. Yeah. Just shut up and watch a movie. It's okay. Talk after. That's what we're doing.
Yeah.
We saw the movie. We have our thoughts. We're speaking on it. Just be normal.
I'm even fine, like, if 30 minutes in, it's completely silent. If, someone makes, like, a little comment, like, oh, what the heck? Like, okay, I'm not going to care at that. I mean, why are you speaking, like, out loud so other people can hear you? Like, if you're going to do that. Like, I understand if I overhear you when you're talking to, like, your friend or something.
But if it's like a one-time thing, sure, whatever.
But when you're constantly doing it, and you're doing it at a purposefully volume to try and elicit another reaction from other people in the theater, it's a little... Because that happened multiple times where kids...
It wouldn't stop.
Where kids were just saying stuff to try and elicit a laugh out of more people in the theater.
Yeah. And like, everyone wanted to be the class clown.
Yeah, and it was just...
And again, like, to really just hammer home, no one cheered for anything meaningful. Like, there's a part where Foxy does the run, like the jump scare from the game, and the theater goes nuts. Why? Like, it's... I get that it's a reference, but... Yeah, that just is what it is, you know? And there's another part where Chica has the little cupcake thing, and you see it, and everyone went nuts. Why? And it'd be like Spider-Man shoots a web, like, ooh, web shooter!
Yeah, I know. Real life web shooter? But it's... The craziest thing is, every single thing that people cheered at, there's no way we would ever have to say, oh, warning, spoilers. Like,
that's a good point.
Any other movie that you ever see, if you said, oh yeah, people were cheering at that, and
people
someone
cheered
asked,
when Captain America picked up Thor's hammer.
Yeah,
you'd be like, what?
And people asked, oh, what were they cheering at? You couldn't say without spoiling the movie.
You just gotta see it, bro. You just gotta see it.
Yeah. But this movie, literally, if you ask what people cheered at, it is everything.
You can just tell them.
It is every little detail. You're telling me the movie with Freddy Fazbear has Freddy Fazbear in it? Like, literally, Freddy came onto screen and people went ballistic.
It was embarrassing, right? Like, again, have your fun, but have your fun quietly. Because otherwise, you're fucking douchebag.
This is not a TikTok, by the way. This is a YouTube video.
I'm gonna have to use this audio for the YouTube video.
It is 13 minutes long now.
No way, really?
Yes.
Oh, shit. As like final thoughts, on not just the movie, but like the theater experience, please just be courteous, be respectful, understand that not everyone is going to a movie expecting like a concert experience. Like, that's another one. You're like, the Eras movie, they even said that, like, have fun, cheer, sing. Going into the movie, that was just like the vibe. But this one's a movie. It's a movie. Just stop talking.
They should have really had Subway Surfers in the corner. That would have really made it a lot better.
Is
that the only thing that could have, like...
Are we too old to enjoy movie theaters now? We're in our 20s. Are we too old for this now? Is this just the way things are? Like, I just saw Killers of the Flower Moon, and I saw that with a bunch of, like, 50-year-olds. And they talk, too. Is everyone's mind broken now?
I don't think people understand because everyone's so used to commenting on Facebook posts. They don't realize that social interaction exists.
I think streaming has broken people's minds. Like, people they put a movie on Netflix and they just talk with their friend. That's fine. You're at your house, but I think people are really just their fucking brains are broken.
Commentary. The one thing I said during the movie was, why did I not expect a movie about a franchise where commentary YouTubers made it famous that kids wouldn't talk during it? It's like, obviously, these kids all grew up seeing people constantly talk over gameplay, constantly talk over videos. Why did I think they wouldn't talk over the movie the whole time?
It wasn't even a good movie either. Like, I maybe could excuse it if it was exciting, but it wasn't.
We'll watch it again without the crowd, but oh my god, that was a bad film. That was a genuinely bad film. The crowd was bad, and I don't want to be alive right now. I just want to die and then respawn tomorrow. Which I guess is what sleep is. Yes. I genuinely hope you get to use this full audio in the video, because that would be fucking hilarious.
I'll just upload this as my review. This will just be my review.
You put a bumper at front, bumper at the end.
You saved me so much work. I don't have to write anything anymore. I'm good. Fuck!
Is that it?
Yeah.